Hey everybody, this is Maverick. Today we have another unboxing video. Today we have Stone Age by Z-Man Games. What's inside this box? Well, you're going to have to stick around and find out. I have to apologize here for a minute because normally when I do unboxing videos this is still on the package, but with this game I wasn't really expecting all that much. I heard it was a great game. I saw it compared to many great games like Agricola and Caverna and games of such, and I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was. But once I opened this box and I started looking at the components, my mind started thinking a different way. And once I had a first playthrough with my daughter, I said to myself, this is a game that I need to have in my collection. And I'm sure you will too. Stone Age is a game you can actually play 2 to 6 people, I believe. No, 2 to 4. Ages 13 and up. And it's a worker placement game like Agricola and like Caverna, and I would say this is a little on the lighter side. It's not as deep as Caverna or Agricola, but it is heavier than, let's say, Agricola, All Creatures Big and Small, so it's a happy medium. And I can really expect this to be played with people that have never played board games. I think they would get the concept rather easily. Because like I said, it's not quite as heavy as the other games. So inside we have this lovely manual, which, by the way, again, having the chance to have played this through, which I normally don't have when I do unboxing videos, I have to tell you the manual, as small, although as small as it is, it's extremely detailed, and it gives you a very good idea of how to play this game. It's only 8 pages long. It also comes with a little cheat sheet for the civilization cards, which I'll show you in a minute. This is a nice little, I guess this is, you can consider this an addendum, because I would assume this was something that they maybe had wanted to put in the manual, but didn't get a chance to do. So anyway, we have Stone Age, which initially was published by a different company. I believe it was a European company, and Z-Man Games brought it over here. First thing you're going to notice is an incredibly detailed board, and colorful. I mean, look at this board. This board reeks of quality. The colors are vibrant. It really shows off what you're about to play extremely well. This really is a well-made board. Along with the board, each player is going to get their own, I guess, field or home. And on this card itself, you will notice different icons, and this is like a scoring chart summary at the end, and this is where you would put out your homes and resources and things of that nature. So that each player gets one of these. The game comes with 4. There's 3 others here. And these are all well made. I mean, they're very good sturdy quality. Here we have a first player marker. Cute little, I guess, caveman sitting in his cave chair. I guess that's an early lazy boy chair. You also get a leather cup. How do I know it's leather? You can smell it. It is leather, and I'm expecting this to smell like this forever. So if you don't like the smell of leather, take this out of your box immediately and replace it with something else. But you get that, and you also get 6 dice, and those go into the cup, and that's how you roll your dice, which is nice, a nice little touch. Again, keeping with the Stone Age theme. Your bag of resources, and the resources are extremely nice. Here you have wood and a clay and a stone. I'll bring it up closer so you can get a look at it. And pieces of gold. These are your resources which you lay out in various parts of the board. There you go, if you get a look at it. you'll notice in this part here there's a picture of gold, and these are where you would send your workers to collect the gold. And here is your clay, and here is your stone, and here is your wood. Nice bag. It seemed to have lasted pretty long, so it's not something you're going to run out of. You also have your food tokens, and these also high quality. They definitely spared no expense here. These food tokens go into this corner here, which is where you would come to collect food for your workers. You have to feed your workers between rounds, just like you do in Agricola. Not quite as stringent though. If you run out of food and you don't have enough, you can always use some of your resources instead to pay for food for your workers. And if you don't have that, then you're going to start walking backwards on the progress chart. This comes with a bunch of cards that are your these are your dwellings that you would purchase, and in one corner it'll tell you how many points you're going to get at the end of the game, and on the bottom it gives you a little breakdown of how much each one of these dwellings costs. Once you do buy it, you put it on your board as such, and at the end of the game you would tally them up to get your final score, along with resource cards. Resource cards, I believe, in my opinion, are the meat of the game, because what you would do is you would lay them out here at the beginning of the game, and each player would have an opportunity to purchase one of these cards, depending on where their little Stone Age caveman was. You can always put a worker there to collect a card in that area. And once again, a little breakdown. This is a final score tally. This is exactly what you would need to pick up, let's say, this card from your resource area there. And that's nice. These cards are very good quality also as well. Here's your bag of meeples or cavemen in 4 colors: yellow, green, red, and blue. And these are made of wood, as is all the other components and all the other resources, all made of wood. Here's a little look at one. Rather chunky. Very nice. No complaints there. As a matter of fact, no complaints at all anywhere. This game is incredible. So you get that as well. So here are your dwellings, as I said before, which go there onto your player board. And you also get a bag of icons which show your tools. And in this game, you would be able to send workers out and claim that area of the board if you wish. And only one could go there per round. And you would be able to perhaps buy one of these tools which go on your board. And the tools are valuable because as the game goes on and you buy more tools, you will place them onto your board as 1. And when you go to buy other tools to replace these tools, you flip over your tile and it goes to 2. The beauty of the tiles are that this has a very unique system of purchasing the resources that you send your meeple out to buy, whereas depending on which resource it is that you're buying, for instance, if you're buying the wood, I believe it's a ×3. So if I send 2 workers over to the wood area, let's put 2 there to just give you a quick example of how it works. We have 2 here, we're going to put 2 here. And I believe the wood, let me just take a quick look here, and let's see what the wood is worth. So the wood is worth, okay, there's a little breakdown, a little chart. Here it is. The wood is worth 3. So basically, if I had 2 workers on there, I would take 2 dice, put it in a cup, shake it up, and I would get a total of 10, which means you would divide this by 3, and naturally you can't make an exact division. You would make it 9, and I would be able to take 3 wood for my 10 roll. Had I rolled a 6, I would have only been able to take 2. The nice thing is, if you do have stones, and say for instance I rolled an 8, and these are worth 3, which they are, these are the wood, and I only had an 8, well, say I had a tool on my board, I could turn it sideways to show that I've used it. You could do this once per round and turn that into a 9. And that would allow me to get one extra piece of wood that I wouldn't have normally been able to get with the roll of the dice. Very nice. Nice little system. So this kind of hits all the bases. If you like dice games, some people do, some people don't. You got that in the game. Worker placement, you got that. High quality components, it's in there. One nice little thing as well is when you buy the game, you know, it comes out on an unpunched board like most games do these days. This little insert comes separate, and I'm looking at this and I'm saying to myself, why did they include this piece of cardboard? Where does it go? Oh, okay. It goes into the box to form 4 separate compartments like that. That's very nifty. I like that. And of course they give you the obligatory stack of bags in a rubber band that you'd be able to use to divvy everything up. I don't think I would go for like a little plastic container as I usually do for these kinds of games for this game, because although it does have a lot of pieces, they're manageable and they can be kept in the plastic bags as well. Oh, and one more thing to note, as of May 2015, if you want this game, you're going to notice one thing very quickly. It's a very expensive game, and I believe, from what I've been reading, that it's in between production runs, and they're about to do a reprint. So with that in mind, expect to pay a few extra dollars if you're looking for this game now. You'd probably pay somewhere in the $60 to $70 range as of this video, but normally this game goes for much less, somewhere in the 40s. I think it retails for $49.99 if I'm not mistaken. In any event, that's one thing to keep in mind. There you have it. That was Stone Age. I hope you enjoyed this video and that at least I gave you an idea of what was in the box and give you a brief rundown of what to expect when you play the game. Again, this was Stone Age. I'm Maverick, and thanks again for joining me.